Good evening, everybody. Here we are, another Thursday night on the grind. I'm 3 minutes late because I was on the phone. Sorry. Yes, my face is a little dirty because I spent the entire day welding and cutting and grinding and doing my day job. Uh, but anyway, let me go on and start off with my sponsors tonight. I want to stand behind them. They've stood behind me. So, first up tonight is Hale Speed Shop, halespeedshop.com. You need flannels, t-shirts, hats, apparel, whatever. Go to hellspeedshop.com and order yourself up some of the coolest swag in the nation. If you guys don't, y'all need to go follow them. Gina Hell, Nathan Hell. You need to go follow them, man. Their son had really long hair and he just cut it all off and he grew it out so he could donate it. Tell me that's not a cool upbringing right there. They are raising their kids right. You got to go get behind them. That's hellspeedshop.com. Go order you some stuff up. Check them out on all the social media platforms. They're there. And let them know that I sent you. What's up, Mr. Robert Davis? You better tune in, homie, man. It's going to be a good show. Let me get through my advertisers real quick and we'll jump off into this show. Next up is my good friend Jad at Jade Affiliated, which is jadeaf.com. I just got my Walter White in and I couldn't be more happy, man. That's a badass 23 fat tire, custom cut for me. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you need custom Harley Davidson wheels, go to jadeaf.com and order you up some wheels. He makes the coolest stuff out there. Check him out on all the social media platforms at Jade Affiliated on all the platforms, or go straight to the website, which is Jade, JADEAF.com. Next up, American Drag Seats, AmericanDragSeats.com. Go check out the website. Website's kick-ass, made by Mr. Earl Hopkins, one of our advertisers. He's been doing my websites for 24 years, 25 years since I've needed one. But back to me, AmericanDragSeats.com. We make Harley Davidson aftermarket seats. We do American Iron Horse aftermarket seats. We can cover your seat pan. We can foam it. We can cover it. We can do whatever you need. We can recover your stock Harley seats, your stock motorcycle seats, whatever you need. American Drag Seats has you covered. Check us out on all the social media platforms. American Drag Seats, we're there everywhere. Next up, our good friends over at Indiana and Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. You got to check them out if you're in those areas, man. Great magazine. Got all the information you could possibly want. Get to any local bike shops, any of your local bars in Indiana and Illinois. They've got the magazine there. They're free. Get you a copy. Next up, Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Legacy Bike Works, owned by my son, Devin Sockwell. Legacy Bike Works, you need audio work done, you need fat tires done, you need center stands, air rides, handlebars, anything custom, there you go. You got it. Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Legacy Bike Works on both. Next up, Earl Hopkins, Hopkins Design, hopkins-design.com. You need a website. You need printed materials. You need logo designs. You need photos. You need videos. Earl does all of it. Check him out at hopkins-design.com or Hopkins Design on Facebook, and he will hook you up. Last but not least is our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine, urbanridesmagazine.com, Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, they're everywhere. Social media. Plus, they're everywhere in the country, man. Daniel Roby goes to all the major road motorcycle rallies, does all this stuff just for you guys. Check out their sister publication, Street Bagger Magazine. Awesome stuff. urbanridesmagazine.com. All right, well, what's going on, everybody? Here, Mr. Robert Davis, my good friend Werngo Eric Jazadka. That dude is killing it over there in Cameroon. You guys got to follow him. If you don't, you got to check out his stuff. He's doing big things over there. What's up, Mr. McLaughlin? You guys got to get over to 42wheels.com. Go see what Mr. Tim McLaughlin's got going on over there. Awesome, awesome stuff. It's a very unique, cool website. 4-2-wheels, or is it 4-2wheels.com? You got to go check it out. That's all I can tell you is go check it out. That's a free advertisement for you there, Tim. Anyway, what I would like to discuss tonight is a topic that happens to every single shop you're ever going to go to across the country. And if a shop tells you they haven't gone through it, they are lying to you. They're just balls out lying to you. Here's the deal. None of us, including myself with my motorcycle seats, with, motorcycle work I've done, we can't be perfect and flawless every single time. It's how you handle the issue when you're done is what separates your business from other businesses. Um, I get phone calls. I mean, pretty regular. I mean, when I say pretty regular, I get them pretty regular. I tell people all the time that I'm kind of like the bartender of this industry because I know so many people from coast to coast, north to south, all the shops out there. I know most of them. And I will tell you, there's very few shops out there that I haven't heard somebody give me a call and complain that they did shitty work. Man, look, here's the deal. We all get busy, we all get behind, we all have bills to pay. The shops that are out there doing this full time every single day, man, hats off because there's a lot of shops out there like mine that we just do it part time and we do it. I don't want to say just for a hobby. We make money. We're here to make money. We're here to do cool stuff. But those are the shops with the brick and mortar, man. They have a big overhead to pay. They have to take in bikes. They got to do the oil changes, the services, and all the cool custom stuff also. But sometimes, just sometimes, I know it's happened to a couple of seat guys that I know. It's happened to a couple of painters I know. It's happened to a couple of bike builders I know. It doesn't matter what you do across the board, seats, upholstery, painting, welding, chroming, whatever. Issues happen. How you handle the issue is what sets you apart from other shops. I had someone call me the other day and they were talking about this painter that they got to paint for them, and the painter came highly recommended and everything, and the paint job wasn't to the customer's liking, and the customer called me and was like, well, what do you think I should do? I said, well, what I think you should do is call the painter, talk to the painter, and work it out because we all have bad days. We all have issues. What's up, Mr. John Lynch? Mr. RRKC Knives is in the house. But when they ask me, well, what do you think I should do? The first thing I think you should do is you should talk. You should communicate. Mr. Eric, what's he saying? Sir Kevin, I see you're keeping Bear's gonna look great, and you just like Smooth from Shy South. Oh, my beard. You're talking about my beard. Yeah, I'm not gonna go long and stuff like that like Smooth does, but I like the old man beard. I'm fixing to be 55 years old, and if I don't have the beard, I look like I'm in my late 30s, early 40s, or so I've been told. I don't always agree with that, but I like the old man beard. It's coming in salt and pepper, pretty gray, but I dig it. It's cool. But thank you, sir. I appreciate that. But they asked me, well, what should I do? And I was like, well, you paid them. You're happy. You pay. You used them. What you should do is call them and communicate. That's what you have to do, because most all the shops that I deal with typically have a good rapport with their customers. If there's an issue, they take care of it. They make it right. They just take care of the situation. It's when customers get shitty and they're like, I wouldn't take that back. I wouldn't do this. I'm like, well, then how do you ever expect to have anybody do good work for you if you're not willing to maintain a relationship? I'll give you guys a good example. I have a 2019 Dodge Ram Lone Star 570, big, huge extended cab, but the bed's short. Well, from the factory, my truck's always had a little tick to it. Well, it turns out that there's a issue with the exhaust manifold studs. The back two studs break off. Well, I took my truck to a guy that's really, really good at the dealership with these Dodges, but because my truck's got over 100,000 miles on it, he suggested instead of paying the $265 an hour labor rate, that he could do it at his house and take care of it. He's certified, showed me all of his certifications and everything. He goes, I'm just offering it to you because your truck is older, or because your truck's out of warranty. It would save you some money. So I took it to him last Saturday. He said he would have it ready Monday. Today's Thursday. I just got it back today. Instead of me getting all shitty with the guy and saying, well, you said it was going to be ready Monday, and that's bullshit, blah, 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 blah. I didn't, because I understand he does this part-time and does the mechanic work at the dealership full-time. So I respect his abilities and I respect his time frames because he's got a family. But my point was I could have gotten shitty about it, but I didn't, because what purpose is it going to serve to get shitty with the guy that's working on my truck? And he did a great job, by the way. I mean, he fixed the coolant leak, and he fixed both headers. Man, my truck sounds amazing. I love it now. It's freaking great. As everybody knows, I have a Camaro. Give a chance to correct the issue, then call Brian Barber. There you go. As everybody knows, I have a Camaro, a 1980 Z28 T-tops, all original, and I had this bright idea literally at the end of 2015 to do an LS swap and put bigger, all 4 disc brakes and, vintage air conditioning and, just really redo the car. The first guy I took it to said it would take about 6 months to get the full swap done, all the brakes done, the Dakota digital gauges, and I've still got the text messages on my phone till today, right now, where this guy just, it's going to be this, going to be that. And, the funny thing is the guy worked at, I don't know if you guys ever watch the show Texas Metal, but he worked at Extensive, which is Texas Metal. So I trusted him. Literally 5.5 years later, I just told the guy, I said, if you don't give me my car back, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you because you've had my car 5.5 years. There were brand new rims on my car. Literally, I put them on the week before I took it to him in 2016, January 12th of 2016. Brand new Foose wheels with brand new tires. Brand freaking new. When I got my car back 5.5 years later, all the chrome was pitted and all the chrome was coming off. It was just screwed up bad, which means I'm going to have to get new wheels, or I'm going to have to take those wheels off, go take them and have them blasted, get all the chrome taken off, have them polished, have them re-chromed. Why? Because this guy lied to me for 5 years. Well, it's at a second shop now. And the guy's had all the parts for shit 2 years, and my car's still not done. And I could get shitty and I could go over there ranting and raving and throwing a fit and doing all this. But what I've learned is that you'll attract more bees with honey than you will with shit. You're just going to get a bunch of dead ass flies with shit. So I try to act better and I try to react better. Brian Barber said, John Lynch, I fuck up just like anyone else. We're all human. I just try to learn from my mistakes and not let them happen again. It's harder with paint because anything can happen at any time, especially living in Texas where it is fucking hot all the time, or it's raining. One of the two, hot and raining. But the reason I want to talk to you guys about that is because you literally can call. I mean, you can put a post up on Facebook and say, what have you heard good and bad about this shop? And you're going to get about the same when it comes to customers, because all shops mess up eventually. All shops end up taking longer than they're supposed to, longer than they say they're going to take. It's how they respond that makes a difference, because I would much rather do work with somebody that's extremely honest with me than deal with somebody that just continually lies to me and lies to me and lies to me and lies to me, which is why my Camaro is still at the shop that it's at, because at least the guy is honest with me about his lackadaisical attitude with my Camaro. I won't let it sit there forever, but at this point in time, it's just like, man, what am I going to do? How am I going to resolve the issue? How can I make this happen? I can guarantee you it won't be there in December. Never going to happen. That's a fact. Sometimes I go a months behind delivery date. Yeah, well, Eric, I'll tell you, it's hard when you're relying on your own grit to actually. What the hell did he just text me? I'm sorry, I got a text message. That motherfucker just told me he'd buy my car. I bet he won't. But anyway, my whole point was is that you just have to take time. You gotta, as a business owner, you have to do everything in your power to stay in constant communication because everybody, it's funny. I was talking to Eric Contreras, I don't know, about a year ago, and we just happened to be chit chatting. And I asked him, I was like, dude, have you ever gotten sued? And he said, yes. He goes, the only way you know you're a professional is if you've gotten sued because you can't make everybody happy all the time. Even on your best days, you can't do it. Shit happens. And if you guys don't know a whole lot about Eric Contreras, the dude is killing the bagger game with his builds. He's killing the trike game with his builds. He has a whole line of parts. He's doing audio parts now. I mean, he's just doing a lot of stuff that for a single individual business is a lot of stuff to do. But for Eric to have set everything up to do all the stuff he does, it says a lot about Eric. I would love to have him on the show. He's even offered to come on the show occasionally, but when every time we want to do it, he's got something going on, something busy, and we just don't even get him up. He can't get on. I'm my only customer and I'm always late. Tim, I get it. But that's the whole deal. And it's kind of taxing sometimes when you hear that there's people out there and you talk. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I love to talk. Ask Brian Barber. I talk to the dude every day, even if it's just to call him, a name. I call him, we talk. But I do think communication in your business, your personal life, your friends, communication is the key to everything. I mean, me and my best friend have only been best friends for 25 years or so, but we've known each other literally since he was 9 and I was 10. I'm fixing to be 55. So I've literally known the guy for 40 years. And we've had headbutting, we've had arguments, we've had, good times, bad times, everything in between. And it's because we communicate to each other. I mean, if I'm being an ass to him, he'll tell me, "Hey, why are you being an ass?" And then I'll check myself and be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I was having a bad day and I took it out on you." Same thing with your wife, your kids. I mean, your friends, business partners. I mean, not that you need a business partner because I'll tell you right now, having a business partner is the stupidest thing in the world. If you own a business, you need to be in business by yourself and then you need to hire the people to do the shit you need to get done when you need to get done and pay them fairly and you will be successful. Great advice there, sir. Communication is the best way to have good understanding. Yeah, it is. It's that's the key to everything in my mind. I mean, when you see older people that have been married for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, every single one of them will tell you the same thing. It's communication. You have to be able to talk, resolving issues, and the hardest part is learning not to talk down to somebody. You don't, that my wife has said to me on occasion, not all the time, but on occasion she's told me point blank, I don't need you to respond. I just need you to listen. That's all I want you to do. And fellas, if you're married and you've been married for more than 10 years, you know what I'm talking about because your wives will tell you, hey, look, I don't need you to fix this problem. I don't need you to talk to me. I just need you to listen and let me vent. Now, I have a real hard time with that because if someone does my wife wrong, I go into beast mode or I go into protective mode or whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, man, I'll kick his ass. Nobody's going to hurt my wife. Well, that's not always what she wants. It's not always what she needs. My son, same thing with my son. I'll tell you guys right now, um, with the way society is going on right now, if you are in school, whether it's elementary, middle school, or high school, if someone walks up to you and punches you, you both, whether you react or not, you both are going to get suspended for being in a fight. They don't ask what started it, who's at fault, none of that bullshit. Two people got in a fight, one person jumped the other person didn't even defend themselves. They're still both going to get kicked out. They're still going to both go to, in school suspension for a couple of days. There was a kid that he hit Cade about 4 or 5 times and Cade had enough. And he's like, well, I'm going to get in trouble anyway. So he popped the kid back. And that's what I'm raising is that don't ever be mean. Don't ever be, a bully. Don't ever do anything like that. But dear God, don't ever be a victim. Don't ever be that guy, and, with Cade, he's 11, he gets afraid, but dad, I don't want to get in trouble. And I was like, Cade, you won't get in trouble. What's up, Rich? You're not going to get in trouble for defending yourself. I'm never going to, you're never going to get in trouble with me for defending yourself. You will get in trouble if you're the one that threw the first punch. You're going to get in trouble if you're the one that was bullying somebody. You're going to be the one that gets in trouble if you're the instigator. But if you're legitimately protecting somebody or you're defending yourself, he can't get in trouble for that. And a lot of parents don't like that. They don't like it that I'm raising my kid to be that way. But I have a 32-year-old that had a conversation with a man. That man sucker punched my 32-year-old and my 32-year-old whooped his ass. He didn't want to. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want any of that. He just wanted to talk to the guy. And the guy was such an ass. He sucker punched him and, well, Devin wasn't going to have it. And I can deal with that. That I can deal with. Man has to know his limitations. Absolutely. And the other thing is I tell Cade this, just like I tell Devin. When you get into a physical altercation, you got to be very careful because if you pop somebody just right and they fall back and they hit their head on the concrete and they're in a coma, you're going to go to prison. It's going to happen, defending yourself or not. So you have to make sure when you get into an altercation, and you got to know all the boundaries. You got to know all the, what could happen, and I feel bad for a lot of people because they don't think about the repercussions of a physical fist fight. I don't want to ever fight. I will. I don't want to ever argue with somebody. I will. I wish that there were a lot of situations that people would just open their ears, shut their mouths, and let someone talk to them for a little while and get their point across and then just communicate it. There's a lot of broken friendships in this industry right now where people, they just need to talk. They need to figure it out. This whole industry could be so much better if people would put down the egos and literally, yes, I am, Louis. But if people would put down their egos and just communicate situations, a lot of relationships would be a lot stronger, a lot better. And that would be the untouchables. That would be the A team. Because when you have people and friends that can actually communicate, man, you can't stop that. I mean, you can't stop it. You can't stop people that want to communicate and have each other's back. Like I told my best friend one time, I was like, I'm not going to ask you if you're right or wrong. I'm going to defend you. And then after we're done defending, then I'm going to ask you right or wrong, and what could we have done a little bit different to keep our old asses out of that situation. But the reality of it is that there's so much stress and turmoil in this industry. Between the builders, and their painters, their builders and their seat guys, not to just throw on top of that the shops and their customers. I personally feel like a lot of customers literally will go to one shop to get a price and then go to another shop and say, yeah, well, they wanted this much. And what they're doing is they're causing a friction between the two shops, that if the two shops were communicating, which I know this for a fact, there were two shops up north somewhere. I'm not going to say their names, but a customer came into shop A and asked for a quote to get a job done. As soon as he got the quote, he went to shop B and instantly started talking shit about shop A and lying and saying that shop A was talking smack about shop B not being any good, this, that, and the other. And you know what happened? Shop B said, hold on one second. I know that shop. With the customer standing there, called shop A and said, hey, look, I have so-and-so over here, and they're saying you said these things about our shop and this, that, and the other. And they nipped that shit right in the bud. And guess what? That customer didn't get work by either shop, because the shops had each other's back, took care of each other. The customer went to another shop somewhere, got some work done, and then just instantly started talking shit about that shop and what a shitty job they did, and basically just wanted to sue them. Well, shop A and shop B, because they actually communicated, they saved each other the headache of having to deal with a shit customer. And that's the way I think the industry should be. I think all these shop owners, my shop included, even though we're a little tiny shop, when someone is actually checking prices, they're going to tell you that up front. They're going to tell you, hey, look, I'm just getting prices. I'm going to go check with a couple of more shops. I'm just doing my due diligence. When you as a customer walk into a shop and you say that up front, the shop is going to respond with, oh, that's cool, man. Well, here's what we can offer, and this is the time frame we can do it in. But yeah, hey, go over to a couple of the shops, get your pricing together, and hey, if we get the work, that'll be great. If we don't, well, good luck with the other shop. Instead of cutting another shop down just to get the work. Because Devin and I both have done that. I've done that with seats. I had a guy that lived up by James Carter, and he's all, hey, man, I want you to do a seat. I want you to do that. It's like, man, I'm way down here, and what you need is going to be better fit if you go to James. And James is my competition. James does way more seats a year than I'm ever going to do. I want to see James's shop do good. So if I can send him work and help him out, I'm going to do that. It's when you get that shiesty customer that wants to play two shops against each other so that they can benefit. All they're doing is fucking the shop owners. And hopefully the shop owners are talking to each other, figuring it out, because, man, I'll tell you what, a lot of customers are shysters. A lot of customers are really, really good and just want to be taken care of also. But I've literally gotten to the point, I let all my customers talk. I let them talk, so that I can figure out who they are and what kind of person they are before I do business with them. And I literally have stopped. We're too busy. We're too busy. We can't get to you right now, because I can tell a headache coming before it gets here. And that doesn't mean that I didn't want to do their work. It just means that I've gotten, after doing seats for almost 25 years, I've gotten to understand certain people, and the way that customers talk to you, the way the things they ask you that they want done, the way they demonstrate that to you, the way they communicate that with you. And it just continually makes me think about all the shops. And it makes me think, I don't want to talk about audio, but it makes me think about all the audio competitions where on the internet, you hear this stuff. You hear about these guys almost getting into fist fights over stereo systems. And I'm thinking, man, all the audio guys that I know that I've competed against or that I've gone to and watched them compete, I've never seen them act that way. I've never seen them get upset over that kind of stuff. And we're talking some pretty badass bikes. I mean, really badass bikes. I wish it didn't happen. I wish everybody could get on the same page, but you know what? I'm not here to save everybody. I do this show every Thursday night because I enjoy it. I do this show every Thursday night because I enjoy having you guys watch and listen, and hopefully I can put y'all in front of people if you got questions or you need stuff done. Hopefully I can get people talking that haven't been talking for a couple of years and mend relationships. It is what it is. It's a lot more fun to go to Sturgis with a shit ton of friends than it is to go to Sturgis, have one or two friends, and then a shit ton of shops that can't stand you, that are talking shit behind your back, that are being fake. I'm just saying, I would rather go and have a lot of friends. You guys have to hold on 2 seconds. I have to get a drink of water. I apologize, man. My throat was getting dry. But anyway, so I saw a post by Louis Bailey earlier today that I want to discuss. It shows this big, huge compound. Louis Bailey, what the hell are you got going on over there? What's up, Mr. Kevin Beard? Do not disturb. I do need to put my phone on do not disturb. But anyway, I wanted to kind of discuss those things with you guys tonight because I hate, let me put it this way. I hate shops that are always saying how good they are. And I hate hearing customers come back and complain about those shops. You're never going to hear me say I'm the best at anything. Never, it's never going to come out of my mouth. I have a certain set of skills. Liam Neeson, if I could do his voice, I would. I have a certain set of skills. I'm good at those skills, and I try to do other stuff. And sometimes I fail. Sometimes I knock out a home run. But one thing is, you'll never hear me ever tell you that I'm the best. Never going to do it. If they can't put it in comments, it can wait. Yes. But, I don't know. I just think that there are shops out there that think they're God's gift, that they forget the struggle that it took to get to that point. I think that there's painters out there that are extremely talented painters, bad time frames. I think there's painters out there that are trying so hard to be better than they are, but they're not getting the chance because painting takes time to get good at, which is why I'm not going to do it. I'm too fucking old to be a painter. I don't want to, but I would rather talk to a painter that's willing to work with me. How are you on the barbecue grill? Asking for a friend. You want the truth? The truthful answer, Brian Barber, is I'm very good on the barbecue grill. I just don't ever do it. I just don't. I need to. I mean, that's my own laziness is not doing it. I need to do that more. Matter of fact, I think we're going to have a big house party for my 55th birthday coming up here at the end of this month. Won't you guys come down and I'll grill for y'all? I don't know what I'll grill, but I might grill if y'all come down. Holy shit, y'all see that? I used the scissors to trim my nail. Holy shit, that works good. But anyway, back to Louis. He said, we just bought a little place. From the post that you made, it did not look like a little place. It looked like a big, huge compound, badass. I don't know what all you're doing there. If you're just building bikes there, you're painting, you're doing cars or whatever. That's the other thing is I'm starting to notice a lot of bike shops getting into cars along with doing bikes, which I think is cool. Happy getting old day. I can't believe I'm fixing to be 55. Turkey bacon grilled. Nope, not on the grill. No turkey bacon. And let me tell you guys this, Kevin and Brian and Heather and everybody else, Stacy literally has started buying real bacon and grilling real bacon, frying bacon, because y'all give her such a hard time. Brian Barber at 54, you know he's one tough old piece of meat. Damn, John Lynch, Brian Barber's 54? Or are you saying I'm a tough old piece of meat at 54 and you're just talking to Brian? That's crazy. It's crazy to believe I'm fixing to be 55. But yes, I think we're going to try to have a party or do something down here. And by all means, if anybody wants to come, man, you guys can come. Yeah. Tough skin, man. Look at this sunburn I've got from welding because I didn't have my shirt yesterday. And I just was like, I'm just going to weld. I see all the guys in the muscle shirts with no gloves and, holding the lens like this. I was like, I could do it. Poor Dan will never come back to Texas. Oh, yes, he will. Yes, he will. Just got to have a good enough reason because it's not my grilling that's going to do it. I'm craving maple bacon donuts now. Thanks. Hey, you know what? Whatever I can do for you. Shit, I haven't even eaten dinner today. I'm hungry. I need to go eat some dinner. But anyway, back to the communication. Man, communication's key to everything. You're not going to get along with everybody, and that's okay. I don't think we were designed to get along with everybody. But I will say this, I think that we have the opportunity to be good with everybody. I think we have the opportunity to be nice. I think there's a lot of situations that pop up where you want to be an asshole to somebody. But if you just took the time and were nice, you might get, it might benefit you in the long run a little bit better. But anyway, I saw the picture of Louis' purchase. I don't know what the deal is with that place. I don't even want to pretend I know what the deal is with it, but it looks like a cool place if they get it going. And now we're all hungry. Yes, that's right. I might do a cooking show, not grilling. But it looked like it'll be a pretty cool place. I wish those guys nothing but the best. Hope it works out. And you're not going to, pull an OCC and try to get bigger than you can, failing. So good luck with the new venture. Good luck with the new shop. But anyway, guys, I could sit here and ramble for 20 more minutes, but I really don't have anything else to really discuss. But I do want to tell you guys this. Go to jadeaf.com, get you some wheels. Go to hellspeedshop.com, get you some apparel, get you some swag. Go to American Drag Seats and